I want to tell you about the worst meeting of my career. I had spent 3 weeks on a project, 3 weeks of late nights, reworked slides, and skipped lunches. And in front of my entire team, including my boss, my colleague, let's call him Bob, looked at the room and said, "I'm not sure this is the direction we aligned on." And everyone nodded. I sat there, smile frozen, heart pounding, thinking, what do I even say to that? I said nothing. I let the moment pass and I regretted it for months. But here's what I wish someone had told me back then. There is a way to respond to moments like that. Not in anger, not with defensiveness, with something so calm and so precise, it completely changes the dynamic. And today I'm going to show you exactly what that is, the bust through. So let's go back to Bob. What he did has a name in workplace psychology. It's called credit distancing. When someone subtly disconnects themselves from a shared effort, the moment it feels risky, and it happens constantly. In boardrooms, in Zoom calls, in casual hallway conversations that somehow make it back to your manager. The reason most of us freeze, like I did, is because our brain reads public criticism as a threat. Literally, your amygdala fires the same way it would if someone raised their voice at you. So your instinct is either to fight, flee, or freeze. And in a professional setting, fighting looks aggressive, fleeing looks weak. So most of us freeze. And freezing looks like agreement. That's the trap. Here's what I learned, and it took me an embarrassingly long time. The goal in that moment isn't to win, it's to stay in the room mentally, emotionally, professionally. So the phrase I now use when someone distances themselves from shared work in public, that's a fair point to raise. Can you walk us through what you were expecting to see? That's it, read it again, because there's a lot happening in that one sentence. You're not being defensive, you're not attacking them. You're inviting them to produce something. And most people who are doing performative criticism, they don't actually have a better answer. They're just creating distance from yours. That question puts the burden of clarity back where it belongs, on the person raising the concern. And it does it in a way that sounds collaborative, not combative. After I learned this, I used it in a quarterly review meeting where a senior director questioned my team's methodology. I said it calmly. He paused, gave a vague answer. My manager later told me I handled it really professionally. I wasn't being professional, I was being strategic. The interruption. Okay, different story, different kind of pain. A few years into my career, I was in a cross-functional meeting, the kind where everybody's jockeying for airtime. And I started making a point, a good point. I could feel it landing. And then Mark, who I actually liked, just started talking mid-sentence, not aggressively. He probably didn't even realize he did it. But suddenly everyone was listening to him and I was just sitting there, mouth still slightly open. I did what most people do. I stopped, waited, told myself I'd bring it back up later. I never did. And this is one of the most common ways people lose quiet influence in a workplace. Not through dramatic conflict, just through constant low-grade erasure. Over time, you stop speaking up because some part of you has learned it doesn't matter. The phrase that changed this for me is almost embarrassingly simple. When I get interrupted now, I don't stop talking. I don't raise my voice. I just say calmly while continuing, let me just finish this thought, and then I really want to hear yours. What does that do? It holds your space without aggression. It actually compliments the interrupter. It signals that their input matters while making clear that yours isn't done yet. It's disarming, it's confident, and 9 times out of 10, the room waits for you to finish. I used this phrase with a director once who had a habit of cutting people off, not just me, everyone. After I said it, he actually laughed, leaned back and said, fair enough, and I finished my point. That was the day I realized social intelligence isn't about being liked, it's about being respected. And respect starts with how you treat your own voice. The invisible Passover, this last one is the hardest one to talk about because it's not a dramatic moment. There's no villain, no confrontation. It's just a quiet, devastating realization. You find out a colleague, someone with similar experience, maybe even less tenure, just got the opportunity you've been working toward. A promotion, a key project, a seat at the table you've been standing outside of for 2 years, and no one told you why. No one said anything. It just happened. I've been there, and I remember going home and running through every possible explanation. Was I not good enough? Did I say something wrong? Do they just not like me? Here's what nobody tells you about mid-career. Visibility is a skill, and most high performers are so focused on the work that they forget to manage the perception of the work. I started asking for a specific kind of meeting after that. Not a performance review, not a vague catch-up. I'd request a 15-minute conversation, and I'd open it with this: I want to make sure the work I'm doing is connecting to where the team is heading. And I love your honest read on where I should be growing. That sentence does three things simultaneously. It signals ambition without desperation. It invites honest feedback. And it opens a channel with your manager or senior stakeholder that most people never open because most people are too afraid to ask. That conversation, the conversation I had after I started using this approach, led to the most direct, useful piece of career advice I've ever received. My manager told me exactly what the decision makers were looking for. Things I never would have known were on the radar. I wasn't passed over the next time, not because I worked harder, because I understood the room better. So here's what I want you to walk away with today. Difficult workplace moments aren't tests of your competence. They're tests of your composure and your social awareness. When someone throws you under the bus, that's a fair point. Can you walk us through what you were expecting? When someone interrupts you, let me just finish this thought, and then I really want to hear yours. When you feel invisible, I want to make sure my work is connecting to where the team is heading. Can I get your honest read? None of these are magic words. They're just what it sounds like when someone understands people as well as they understand their job. And that's a skill. It can be learned. It can be practiced. And once you have it, nobody takes it from you. If any of these hit home for you, share this with someone who needs to hear it. And let me know in the comments, which of these three moments have you lived through? Because I promise you, you're not alone. And if this topic resonates with you and you want something more structured, I created a short guide called the Workplace Impact Playbook. It walks through 5 practical moves you can use to communicate better, connect more effectively at work, and make sure your contributions actually get noticed. It's linked below if you want to check it out. I'll see you in the next one.